All right, so today I'm going to be doing a product review, and that review is going to be on a new work light. This is the DJ60, and it's made by a company called Warsun, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's W-A-R-S-U-N. So I'm pretty familiar with the Warsun product line because about 6 months ago I picked up one of these lights, also made by Warsun, and to me this is kind of the little brother to the new DJ60, and I liked it so much I ended up buying 2 more of these. And I have used and abused these lights. I'm pretty rough with them. I've dropped them, I've kicked them around, unintentionally kicked them. I left one out in the rain and they just don't stop working. So when the new DJ60 came out, I had zero hesitation to pick it up. All right, so let's go check out this DJ60 in a little bit more detail. So let me show you these lights in a little bit more detail. And again, my experience with these smaller ones is what prompted me to buy the new DJ60 work light. And you can see these guys down here are pretty beat up. Spray paint on them, dirt, grease, and they've just held up really great. And like I said, 6 months of hard use. All right, so enough of these guys. Let's talk about the DJ60. And there's Warsun, the leading outdoor lighting brand. And that is the name brand. It obviously comes in the box. You get the light, charging cable, and packaging material, and an instruction manual. Now, one of the things I critiqued, and I forgot to mention this, but I did do a YouTube review on these smaller lights, and I'll put a box you can click at the end of the video if you want to watch that review for those guys. One of the things I critiqued was you get the charging cable, but you don't get the little piece that plugs into the wall. So I thought that that should be included for the price, especially of this one. It's a little bit more expensive, like I said, around 26 bucks. But even without it, 26 bucks, still a great value. So let's check out the light in a little bit more detail. All right, so the first thing that you're going to notice about this light is when you pick it up, it's really not heavy at all. Fairly light. It's got a nice, I don't know how to describe that, kind of grippy handle. Very convenient trigger there, or on and off switch. And there's the magnet on the back. And you can see that magnet is really, really strong. You stick that on something steel like that, and then you've got a work light that's just gives you a lot more options of where to put it. And again, really strong magnet, feels really good. And there's the magnet there. So the batteries are located in the base, and they don't feel really heavy. There's 2 lithium-ion batteries in there, and you've got your main LED here. You've got a second light right there, which I'll demonstrate in just a minute. And then you've got a hook back here. So if the magnet doesn't work for you, you've got this hook as another option. You can simply stand it up like that. And again, you've got the magnet there. You can lay it down like that. So you've got a lot of different options to mount this thing to get light wherever you need it. All right, so let's look at the light. So you press the I keep saying trigger. You press the on and off button one time, and you get that full light there. And it's going to come across flashy on the video. They always do. And that's the lowest setting. And my understanding from their website, you get about 14 hours out of that lowest setting if you just let it run constantly. And then here's setting number 2, which is a little bit brighter. And this one gives you about 9 hours. And then setting 3, the very brightest, and that gives you, I think, 4 or 5 hours, something like that. And then click it again, and it turns off. Now, in order to activate the light at the end right here, you're simply going to hold that on and off button down. You'll see it come on, and then it's got 2 settings. That's the lowest setting, and then there's a little bit of a brighter setting. And that's not a, you don't have to hold it down for the second setting on this light. That's just a quick click, and then another quick click, and that turns it off. So very simple to operate. Low, medium, high, off. And then if you want that the light at the end, hold the button down, it comes on. You do a quick click, and it goes to the brightest setting, and then another quick click, and it's off. So fairly easy to use. I know it does come with instructions, which kind of cracks me up a little bit, but you don't really need them. And I will tell you one cool thing about this light that these little ones don't have is it's got an LED charging indicator to tell you how much battery life you have left. And it did come fully charged, which was kind of nice. I didn't even have to plug it in and charge it. All right, so it does say right on the side there, you probably won't be able to see that, but it's IPX4 water resistant. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but if it does get wet, splashed on, you're going to be just fine. That's been my experience with these. I've never submerged them or anything like that, but they have been out in the rain, and they have gotten water overspray on them. All kinds of stuff doing the automotive stuff that I do. All right, so another cool thing is right below this magnet, you've got a little rubberized flap that opens up there, and you've got some ports. You've got a USB port, and I've got my iPhone hooked up to it, and you can essentially use this as a power pack. And I plugged it in, and there you go. I'm charging. And that's pretty cool. Kind of just makes this light a little bit more, or that much more handy to have. All right, so I came over here. This is actually the front end of my Camaro that I'm working on. There's the subframe, and I don't want to get sidetracked with talking about that. But this is a room with no light on, and there is the light. And let me turn it off. So there's the lowest setting, which is not very bright, but it's good in certain situations. Plus, it does conserve the battery. Here's setting number 2, which is pretty good for most situations. And then if you're like me and you like a lot of light, and when you're working on cars like this, there's setting 3. And man, you can really get in there and see quite a bit. Setting 1, setting 2, and setting 3. So big difference between the 3 settings. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate that light at the top, and I'm just going to aim it kind of at the firewall here. And remember, you got to hold it down, and that comes on. And that's the lower setting. Another click. And that's the brighter setting. Not a huge difference between the two of those, but what a convenient little feature to have. And that's pretty bright. It's a pretty bright light. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the light's going to do in the dark. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this overview and kind of review of the DJ60 by Warsun. I can't wait to use this thing and put it through its paces. And if there's any durability issues or anything like that, I'll do a follow-up review on my YouTube channel. If you have any interest in purchasing the DJ60 or the other 2 lights, I'll put links down in the description box. And at the end of the video here in just a minute, there'll be a box. One of these sides here. I always point to the wrong way, and it's over there. And I'll put a box up there you can click on and watch the review that I did on those the smaller lights as well. All right, appreciate you tuning in, checking out the video. Thanks for your support, and as always, thanks for watching.